Hi, kids. Welcome to the season finale of season 6 of the Late Night Picture Show. Don't worry, it's not the drink, it's the allergies. I had to, JW wanted me to mix together. I mentioned something about it, I think, in one of the earlier episodes, and he wanted me to mix together a Good, the Bad, and the Ugly and El Topo. I believe that's what I called Blind Man, a mixture of those two. And it turns out there are several Good, the Bad, and the Ugly drinks. So I picked the one that sounded the best because I am not going to drink Bailey's, Kahlua, and a bunch of milk. That's disgusting. So anyway, I had to buy this Amaro Montenegro. Damn, it's good. It's like a Verna Light. And it had me drinking whiskey in the summertime. I was drinking Canadian whiskey last night with this. Kind of a reverse Manhattan with this instead of vermouth, the Montenegro. And tonight I've mixed it with gin because it's summer. And I'll be damned if this isn't like kind of a spicy Martinez. Okay. We may not fuck around as much tonight as we usually do. And that's because back in January, we lost one of my favorite directors of all time. Now, his films definitely belong on this show, even though they're more modern than a lot of movies that I show. Well, the first one isn't, but because I saw them at midnight screenings. They are definitely cult films. In fact, he's kind of a cult director. David Lynch, we lost back in January to emphysema. So if you're thinking about quitting smoking, at least cut back. Seems like a combination of emphysema and the wildfires, kind of did him in. Anyway, R.I.P. David, and we're going to do our best to salute you tonight. And we are going to start with the first David Lynch movie I saw. That's kind of shiny. Eraserhead. Have you seen this? We're not throwing these. We're going to set them ever so gently over there. Although most of them are pretty low resolution. I don't know why, with a lot of these movies being 90s, 80s, 90s, and beyond, there were no good resolution posters until I got to, maybe Mulholland Drive. But anyway, Eraserhead, 1978, American Film Institute. I understand this was filmed over maybe 3 to 5 years. It's been a while since I read about it, but it took a long time to make because it's kind of homemade. Directed by David Lynch, of course, and starring a man who starred in, not necessarily starred, but appeared in every David Lynch movie until the time of his death, Jack Nance. And I might add that Jack Nance died as though he was in a David Lynch movie. He got in a fight at the donut shop And apparently he got hit pretty hard. And he went home and laid down and died in his bed from the trauma to his head. Okay, I was 18 years old when I first saw this movie, and I recall being very puzzled by it. I'm not going to lie. I've seen a lot of movies, but I've never seen a movie quite like this movie. And in fact, I had this in the bucket, and I did not know what to pair it with. Like, there's no other movie to pair it with, so we're just going to put it with other David Lynch movies where it almost doesn't even belong there. 22 years and half a dozen viewings later, I'm still scratching my head. Of course, this may have been Lynch's intention. Our hero in the film, Henry Spencer, played by Jack Nance, is a painter by trade, on vacation it seems. He's off work and relaxing around the house. He lives in a horribly noisy industrial area, and we're going to play to this by just letting the air conditioner run when it comes on. And if we hear Charlie yelling upstairs, it'll just add to the craziness. Industrial area filled with decaying factories and steam-spewing pipes, like everywhere he goes. Henry receives word one day from the sultry lady next door, or maybe across the hall, I don't remember, that his former flame Mary had stopped by and invited him to dinner. Well, after some strange self-assessment in the apartment, he decides to go. Once there, he, along with us, meet Mary's even stranger family. A domineering mother, a vegetative grandmother, and Bill, the excitable retired plumber father of Mary, who has prepared a feast of game hens. Little damn things, no bigger than your fist, he says. After a sickening scene at the dinner table, Mary's mother pulls Henry aside to tell him there is a child, and he is the father. But not before she momentarily forces herself on an already nervous Henry. Like we're really awkward and uncomfortable right now. Back at Henry's apartment with the new wife and baby. I'm sure you've seen the memes. I don't know if I'm going to put it in the... Well, I already put it in the teaser a while back on Instagram, so... Things go from bad to truly fucked up in a hurry. And Mary, she just runs out crying one day. She can't take it anymore. Runs out crying back to mom and dad. Then Henry is stuck there alone with the baby. And he doesn't know what to do. What happens next is fantastic and surreal, not to mention disturbing. A series of events like none other. To maintain any semblance of reality or narrative in this film, we have to assume that Henry is slipping in and out of dreamland. And sometimes the dreams are darkly erotic, sometimes the dreams are disgusting, and sometimes the dreams are just like a play on the title, just completely strange. Okay. Bizarre. I'm telling you. Often mislabeled as a horror film, this movie really defies categorization. And like I said, I was having trouble trying to decide what to pair with it, so it's best we have this marathon, because the closest we're going to come is going to be another David Lynch movie. Defies categorization other than to say it's a David Lynch film. And some of you know what I'm talking about already. And this was merely his first feature-length film. I have a box set of the short films of David Lynch over there in the music room. And yeah, you see glimpses of this coming. Yeah. In The Grandmother. 5. Simply unlike anything you'll ever see. 5 Rings. It's 5 Ring Circus Feature 1. Now, good thing these are reversed so that there's more wine than gin, because I'm going to do the first 4 here by myself. Then Sabrina's going to join me later for the last 2 movies. So let's all go to the lobby and make ourselves another, probably another one of these. Or maybe just a reverse martini. We'll see. See you in a minute, kids.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.